Well, welcome back to more Ecco the Dolphin Defender of the Future. We have made our way through to the lost city of Atlantis after a fairly painful task of getting through the scenic route. And our goal this whole time has been to try and talk to the Guardian and reinstate its power. We're going to see how we do that in this level, but I'm also going to point out that I'm going to stop pretending what I know what I'm doing in this game, because it's been painfully obvious the whole time that I don't have a clue what I'm doing, despite the fact that I've played it before. So you're going to have to bear with me as I go through it. Now, first port of call here is that we need to go and actually talk to the Guardian, which is in the middle of the city, which comprises of what looks like about 5 Fabergé eggs. Why wouldn't it? The glyphs that spoke to you on your quest are projections of myself, a means of guiding you on your quest. Ecco, you're the first to collect 5 abilities since Atlantis was built. Well done. Thanks for patronising me. But time is short. The foe of Dolphin and mankind is near. The danger is great. My powers are weak. Mum Spaghetti. Bring the 5 power jewels. With their energies, I will restore myself, the gate, and defend the earth from the foe. Well, that's probably a big fat lie, because the game would end. So we've not actually got any of his guide glyphs in this level, interestingly enough, but in the PS2 version we do have the vision glyphs, breaking the cannon, and that is going to show us where these crystals have gone. So one's gone down the arse crack of the level, this one's hiding in there and amongst jellyfish. That one's gone into the old gate as a painful reminder that that's where we could have came through. This one's indulging in nature, cool. Let's see what the dolphin's kicking about, I've got to say. Probably in utter panic. Come on. What have we got to say to it? Ecco's run out of oxygen. Don't care, let's hold a conversation. I know nothing about the power of jewels, but there are strange gems around, perhaps those. And you've seen them, have you? There's also a rather strange gem up here that has the lumens output of the North Star. I mean, why wouldn't it? So yeah, we'll get to kind of understand what the lost city of Atlantis is in a little bit sooner. But I think in the concept art for this game, this was supposed to be a lot more, rather than just 5 fairly simple buildings dotted around. And that's where we can kind of see the limitation of the game in 2000. Despite the fact that it looks pretty well, I think that they showed great restraint in developing the game creatively. Obviously couldn't do too much. We also have these things here, which are kind of odd structures. As a kid, I always sort of thought they looked like boxes that you'd get a Chinese in. So I kind of didn't really understand what they were until I actually started playing the game properly. You know, properly in quotation marks. Anyway, let's go find these gems and we'll chat to a few dolphins in the way. So we know that there's one behind here because we got to see that. Let's see what this dolphin's got to say. Ecco, I didn't see you coming before the gate collapsed. That's because I didn't have to go the long way, mate. To go through trials of whatever the hell it was called. It has been a couple of weeks since I've last played this as well, so my memory, of course, is like an absolute sieve. And I don't remember any of that. I just remember that it was an absolute pain in the hoop. And I've just picked up it was slowing down there. I mean, that is just nonsense. Utter nonsense. Right, we're wasting loads of time, come on. Get those jellyfish out of the way. Let's sonar the collapsed gate. And find our first gem. So what we have to do with these gems is just take them back to the Guardian and we'll suck them up. We're also nearing the end of the first chapter of the game. I'm going to try and get through a couple of levels here and explain what I understand is going on. There's probably a little bit more to the lore than what I actually understand anyway. We've got a nice 2000s era hula hoop. With this first jewel, I can sense the others. They are near. Bring them to me. Now, if you're in the Dreamcast version, of course, that's all the help that you're getting, but we already know where the other ones are because it showed us. No, there's one down here. I'm going to pick this up because I've gone past where I needed to be anyway. Power of Vigor, of course, lets us go very fast, gives us extra power. How am I missing that every single time? Where? There we go. So this is going to let us get down here without needing to move the rock. There are two ways that you can get in here. You can either go with the Power of Vigor, or you can push the rock in and block the current coming from the bottom of this passage. But we're going to go with the easy route. This way? Yes. Everything will become a little bit more clear as we collect more jewels, of course. Guardian probably will have something else to say here. Yet another hula hoop. With 2 jewels, my senses are dim. You're a bit dim anyway, aren't you? You must find the remaining 3 and bring them here to me. Okay. Let's see. Now we could jump through those hoops. Definitely don't want to hump the oh dear. We could jump through those hoops. I'll try that again. I've come down here in absolute embarrassment now, mucking up what I was saying. But we're going to leave that till we've kind of collected everything that we can. There's no point in coming down here. I don't know why I've done that either. I've collected yet another one of those fish like an absolute idiot. It's actually this that I want. This is definitely one of the nicer levels in the game. We don't have any enemies, so it's plain sailing. We can focus on the task at hand. It's also got one of the nicest soundtracks I think that Tim Folland did. Pretty sure he didn't hump the dupes. Right, okay. With 3 jewels, my vision returns. The foe of Dolphin and mankind is nearer than ever. If the foe perceives my weakness before you bring me the remaining jewels, all may be lost. So I think what we'll do is we'll just camp here for another day. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's try and get some of the vitalities while we're at it. I did do a little practice round of this game. I'm not doing very well with what I'm actually talking about. It always helps. I did a practice round with this level and I found all of the vitalities. Unfortunately that was at the start of the month and I'm recording that at the end of the month, so what I find is what I find, and I might just go and collect the others out of recording. Oh. With these 4 jewels I have almost the power to restore myself, but it will take the 5th to finish the task. Okay, so we actually only needed 4 jewels for the first part of the level, and that's to unlock all 4 hoops, which should be above each of the buildings here. What a good start. Come on. Oh, man, this is easy. There's one. Let's go and get the other one as well. We'll just do them all in order. Oh wow, it gave me that one. The game does actually have a conscience, right? And then what we'll do is once we've done the hoops, they somehow activate the buildings, like, well, allow them to be accessible. And then what we've got to do is if we go inside each of them and sonar their centerpiece like so, we'll activate another part which we'll go to in a second. Now each of these has something kind of interesting in it. This one seems to be showing off thunder. Don't really know what that's all about. Who knows what that could be trying to symbolise. It's a fairly simple object. We'll move on. There is a vitalit in one of these as well, I need to remember that. This one is off a bat. That looks like something out of the depths of hell. Yeah. Interesting. Can't forget about the air. Let's go back up. Let's go over here. What about this one? Oh, this one's quite nice. I seem to recall this. It's kind of like a botanical theme. Got a little cuckoo, whatever that is, on a tree. I suppose it's kind of like the Dolphins research that they're doing, and each of these is supposed to hold some sort of significance to the unification and the harmony between dolphins and mankind. I mean, it's all very far-fetched, let's be honest, but... this one's Rayman. It's actually quite nice, although painfully obvious that the game is from 2000, so let's move on. I didn't actually see a Vitalet in any of those, so I think I need to go and have a little double check, despite the fact that I said that I would probably go searching for them off stream. I did say that there was one in one of these, so I need to find it now. Was it seriously the first one that I went into? Come on. Of course I can't see, that always helps. Is it you? Hold me in suspense, yes. Okay, so we've got 2 out of the 5 Vitalets. I noticed that I did say something at the start of the Let's Play where I said that some of the levels didn't have as many Vitalets. I think pretty much every level has 5 Vitalets. Bar I think maybe 1. It's just actually the number of levels in each chapter is different. So at the start we have quite a lot, and then as we go further on it kind of gets less. Let's see. Right, so we've jumped through the hoops, we've activated stuff in the buildings. Let's see what the fruits of our labour is. And it has activated these little orbs inside here, which is kind of like the main chambers, the cathedral of the lost city of Atlantis. There's another one that was accidentally found because I did not remember that that was there. So let's see what these have got to show us. If we so normal. So we've got a spatchcock chicken. Mankind obviously passing on their wisdom of Kentucky Fried. Better not be the same one. A sort of weird plant looking snake. Bat or a dinosaur or some sort of weird winged thing. And an inverted shark. Or a shark with 3 fins, perhaps you could say. If you haven't cottoned on, what that was the foe. That's some of the creatures that we will actually be coming up against slightly later in the game, spoiler alert. But at this point, of course, we don't know that. That is the various different creatures that the foe will be bringing down to Earth. And obviously these guys have been doing some research on that and have stuck them into holograms so that we can enjoy the look of that. Now I'm going to go on a little search for some of the other Vitalets before we continue, because our final goal is to collect that top glyph, top crystal, sorry I should really say. And you'll see that the hoops that we jumped through have now gone in to the chicken chow mein boxes. So I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay, we're back after collecting the rest of the Vitalets. I'd completely forgotten where the hell they were. And some of them are impossibly placed. One was inside a plant that you would never look in, but I suppose that's the charm of trying to find collectibles in a game. Anyway, let's go and catch this last crystal. Now, if you're playing the Dreamcast version, this is an absolute pain in the hoop, pun intended. But we're playing the PlayStation 2 version, and when we fire through these, it's going to auto-aim straight for it. Look at that. What a nice easy life. That's what we want. And then we're going to take this to the Guardian, and all will be well. Should roll credits, of course, because that is everything sorted. Back to normal. Can go back to our day job.
Ecco restored the Guardian, but he was too late, for the foe started their descent. Determined to conquer Earth. By creating a temporal vortex, they opened a portal through time. And to prevail in the present, the foe would alter Earth's past. But as the foe traveled through time, Ecco was caught in the wake of the vortex as well.
That is pure Doctor Who. Before the reboot, I might add.
Since the dawn of memory, Dolphin and human admired each other. But dolphins had long concealed the true extent of their sentience. Then, 500 years ago, the moment arrived, and at last, they revealed themselves. A new civilization was born, with dolphin and human united. It was this epic moment of union that the foe sought to prevent. By entrancing the dolphins with irresistible power, the foe began to drain them of their most noble traits. Just then, Ecco arrived. He saw that the foe had almost completed its sinister task, stealing their intelligence, their ambition, their compassion, wisdom, and humility, robbing dolphins of their future. With only moments to act, Ecco turned to the ancient power of metamorphosis. And by taking the form of the foe, he set out to defend his own kind. The destruction of the foe ship scattered the globes throughout time. Desperate to save the precious gifts, Ecco charged into the vortex after them. But with the past altered, history changed its course. Robbed of their traits, the dolphins became weak and gullible. They were enslaved and exploited. As Earth fell victim to mankind, whose weapons were his only legacy. Only a few dolphins survived in this altered, dying world, where man is but a distant memory.
So we've got quite a good setup there for what the next chapter of the game's about. So we're kind of properly into the meat of the story. The foe succeeded. The whole first part of our journey was completely pointless because the Guardian do fuck all. And the foe managed to come down, create a vortex, somehow managed to steal the traits of the dolphins, of which there were 5, and by doing so changed the past, specifically 500 years ago. I don't really know when this was set. It's not really massively important, but in doing so we have now jumped into the vortex because Ecco wanted to try and save them, and we are now in these alternate timelines, or at least this alternate timeline, where those traits are completely gone, and this is the fruit of our labour without those traits. And essentially what Tom Baker was telling us there was that we have been enslaved, and mankind has gone, left a legacy of weapons, but kind of like modern day, I suppose, outside of the game. One of them is there, above the volcano. Who knows what that's doing? It's a spiky egg. But yeah, it said a few dolphins survived, so not much kind of going on. So this is us now in man's nightmare, I think it is, or is it dolphin's nightmare? Let's just have a quick look. Let's go into the right. Yes, man's nightmare. Why is it man's nightmare? Probably because they're all dead, and dolphins are left in the polluted, murky waters. And it's a bit more somber as well. Anyway, let's go and see what the Guardian's got to say, because of course he's followed us through it. This world is of the foe's doing. Dolphins have become weak of mind. Dolphins have become superstitious of man, who has passed from existence. Seek the globes of life energy. Okay, that's in direct reference to the ambitions that were stolen by the foe, and I suppose it kind of sets us up for what we're actually going to be doing for the rest of the game, but right now, if you don't know that, that makes 0 sense. There's a Nautilus. Let's see, have we got any other ones? I just want to also point out the Vitalit guide that I was using, which was the official guide posted, I can't remember the name of the website. Unfortunately, it's been taken down, which is such a shame, because I'd been thinking recently I wanted to try and save it all separately into PDFs, but I just hadn't bothered. It'd been up for so long. Of course, the minute I start doing a Let's Play, it gets taken down. Who knows, maybe that's why. Is this a different one, or is this the same one? You seek the labour harness, enshrined within the temple. Temple's that thing up the top with the Nautilus shell on it. Stain yourself in crimson red. Reunite the dolphin sets, and the harness shall be yours. The harness talks to creations of humans. With it you can move and control the machines. The path to advance is below. With the harness, the round iron door will obey your command. So there's a lot of machinery that man's left behind that, of course, the dolphins were in control of using, or at least enslaved to use. Apparently down here there's a round door which we will be able to talk to. Not seeing it, to be perfectly honest with you. I also do need health. Not health, I need air. Because we're in a new chapter of the game as well, Ecco's health bar has completely reset from all the Vitalites. course we're in a different reality, so it kind of sort of makes sense. I'm going to run out of air. Hurry the hell up. Get past all these jellyfish that spawn in at the last second. Come on. Okay, we can't see the round door. Now this is quite a vertical level, so I was talking about in the first part that in vertical levels the map didn't really work very well. It's actually okay there. We can see the top half. We can see that there's lots of dolphins that we can talk to. My colourblind ass sees that as red. I don't know if that's actually true. Rather than necessarily being friendly dolphins. I think they're red. And we have one dolphin that we need to go and talk to over on the far right that's friendly. Why they're not friendly, we don't know. Probably because we're an outsider and they're all, don't know, brainwashed. I suppose you could get political about that. What was that? Is this you? Let's see what you've got to say. It looks slightly different as well. Intruder, stop. Been on or before. Don't talk to me about foe. I've had enough of the foe recently. There's another vitalet. And what was this again? Oh, the power from Dunes. Thanking you. Let's see if there's any other dolphins that we can go and chat to. There's a bit of rubble. There's whatever the hell this is. It's also going to become a little bit more apparent in these levels that we will require the use of different air sources. Would you stay still? Because the surface is so far above us that we're not going to be able to get to easily. That dolphin looks like it's had a hard round. Who interrupts my circle? The circle must not be broken. Fuck off, you loser. Right. I'll talk to these circles. Interesting. Oh, don't want to miss that. There's another vitalet hidden in the corner. Now what I really should have said there was, of course, what is the circle? Basically we're dealing with a few different kind of departments of dolphin which have existed in this reality, which is that they all had their own specific jobs. Try not to go right through the middle of that. And there was the movers, there was a circle, I think. There was something else, I'm sure. There was a vitalet. Our goal is to talk to whatever's over here. Let's do that. I was going to sort of say our goal is to actually turn round this, which is true. It's always kind of freaky. That's the shadow of the dolphin above us. And I'm actually going to talk to him because, again, even though he was so rude the first time. Come on. I could try doing this a little bit closer instead of being an absolute mile away from the guy. Let's see what this rusty dolphin's got to say. The world turns as a circle. All is as but a circle. Have you come to turn the circle with me? Hell does he mean? The ancient hymns tell us that the circle will save us, yet this water grows fouler with each day's turn. The circle tests our faith, and yet I swim it. The circle has no start and no finish, but at its end is purity. Why the hell can that make sense? Well, let's go and see how pure this is, because the circle's down here, which is what they're talking about, which is this valve which is leaking toxic fucking gas. Of course, the developers decided that we really needed a task here where we had to try and get Ecco to nose round a valve with toxic gas coming out of it, which is why you get the extra health power up. It can be a little bit easier than what I'm making it. I think I'm doing quite a good job of going how other people find it, because I'm just such a professional that way. Basically, we have to try and close this valve. get interrupted with useless info like that. There we go, that's that sorted. Let's see if Circle Man up here's got anything else to say, or is it just going to be more crap about some circle and purity, and in fact it has no beginning, no end. We were mere animals, wild, innocent and free, then man swam among us and purpose came to be. I like the start of Ecco, start of Finding Nemo. Thus man brought us order, 3 casts did man create, mover, crimson, circle. The latter operate. Right, okay, so I'm going to be serious for a second here. This is the 3 individual jobs that you can have as a dolphin in this timeline. So this guy is part of the circle. He's saying that the circle are the ones who actually operate the machinery. So I guess we'll find out what a mover and a crimson is. I think I kind of know what a mover is, but I'm not even going to try and explain it. Don't know what a crimson is. Something red. The circle is our badge, the circle is our fact. It both guides and aids us, the symbol and the act. Yet another poet. Sing the hymn of unity every day. At rising sun, sing the hymn of unity. It binds our 3 as one. Okay, so again another sort of confusing part. However, I will say that the Song of Unity is actually what... Oh! I was going to say Song of Unity is what we're supposed to get them to do. This rather chunky dolphin has decided he's going to follow us. I've done his job in the level, basically. That's why he's following us. Oof, wow. Don't stress out too much, mate. Oh, I'm honest. Games of this era are just... they're good fun. Oh, what are you doing pushing me, man? Rude. Right. I think I'm supposed to take him here because... oh no, round the corner. I don't know what the hell he said there because... I pressed X because of course I was trying to move. The circle proved their faith by turning the circle of pain. Only through pain is truth revealed. I've done that. If you wish to see the truth of the circle, swim down below us to the great wheel and test yourself on it. Yeah, I've done that, mate. Out my way. Oh, he was going to say that. Right, okay. Out of interest, what does he say? I pity you. Pity the fool. Those who act in anger break the circle. Do they? Oh, for God's sake, get him away then. Let's bring him to Seahorse Bit. So he'll make a wee noise, which basically tells you that he's happy to be left alone. So yeah, we kind of need to talk to the dolphins more than once, it would seem, because he told me what to do after I'd done it, which defeats the purpose of sort of doing this Let's Play, because it's just really you watching me sort of stumble through it. So he was here, that's the circle's house. It's an absolute shit heap. It's got stuff hanging off it everywhere. You know, he's one of these typical people preaching on about a lot of stuff and not got much going on. Ecco. How does he know my name? You're an outsider. You trespass on the shrine of the movers. Right, okay, so each of these buildings are shrines. We've got that now. Why do you come here? It'd be good if I could reply to you right away. You have seen the temple. Then you know of the hymn of unity. It is a hated song. Why is it hated? The others still sing it, but we do not. The hymn means the harness, and the harness means hardship. Okay. And we will never go back to the tyranny of the harness. So basically, they're all retired. Once we were like children, free spirits of the waves, then came the cruel harness, man made us into slaves. Thus man made us victims, 3 castes for us did make vassal, servant, chattel? I don't think I've ever seen those words ever, apart from servant obviously. Our backs to work and break. I could understand what you're saying, mate, if you weren't using such big words. The harness was our trap, the harness was our chain. It both hurt and maimed us, a symbol of our pain. Looks like he's got like a little kind of love heart birthmark there. Truth some misremember, but that we have not yet recall. All man's evils never, never forget. Are you going to tell me what I should do? Step. You ask too many questions about things best forgotten. Only the Prime Mover may answer you, if she so desires. Optimus Prime? Find the little pilot, he can lead you to her. Right, so we now need to find a little pilot. Okay. Let's get this back. The little pilot. Is this going to be a guy dressed up with lapels and stuff like that? Probably not. Okay, let's go over to the shrine. So this should be the Crimson, judging by what we've been told so far. The Crimson grieve man's absence. The Crimson mourn the loss of our mark. Well, that's interesting, because the rest of them have all said that they absolutely hated being in slavery. This guy's kind of going on about sort of being in Stockholm Syndrome. Who comes in this black time? Me. Don't go away. I'm trying to talk to you. Excuse me. Greetings, Ecco. It is sad that you come here in this dark time. What's sadder is that you keep trying to disappear. I am the last of the Crimson, the last who bear man's sacred mark. When I am gone, the Crimson will be no more. Oh. There is but one child amongst us, the son of a mover. That's Pilot, I think. I hoped he might become Crimson, but he cannot be marked, for the Crimson source is lost. And how's that? When we lost the Crimson, the axis halted spin. Let me start again. What is with the wording in this game? When we lost the Crimson, the axis halted spin. Once we lost the Crimson, the end did we begin. What? Below we failed the masters, our end we know is nigh. Life without the Crimson dooms us all to die. Legend holds one hope for us, one change for liberation, if the chosen one will seek man's engine of salvation. Fucking hell, man. It's like a rap. The foul water dims my memory. I know only that the Crimson was deep and hidden. But that all is all I can recall. Okay, tell me more. If you can't recall it. Swim about a bit if you need. Oh, for God's sake, come on. If you were of the Crimson, I would say more, but my heart grows heavy with the telling. Roll eyes. Leave me to mourn in peace. I think you've been mourning in peace for quite a while, mate, because clearly nobody's been here for ages. When we lost the Crimson, blah 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 blah. Okay, so he's not going to tell us anymore. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. We need to find the son of the mover, which I believe is the pilot that we heard about. Where is pilot? Questions. Also, interestingly enough, they have been kept in with this massive glass wall. What a shame. I'm just seeing if I can see any more vitals while I'm kicking about. I can't, so let's go up. Now, oh, here's a dolphin. He's farting about to no end. Sort of going against what I should have done there. I pressed the objective button and it showed me that way, but I'm going to talk to this guy first and see. Oh, come on. Hey, stranger. Who are you? I'm Pilot, the fastest dolphin there is. Check this out. Watch me go. That's fascinating, mate. Thanks. But I'm running at auction, so I'll see you later. Okay. Bye bye. And when it comes back out, I'll just say, yeah, that was good. Jesus. Is there air in here? Yes. Come on. Right, let's get back before he comes back out that hole. If I can find it. Is he not around here anymore? Come on. Watch me go. Is that him? That was amazing, mate. Seen anything interesting? The temple is a ruin. The shrines are so boring. True. But I know where there's some really interesting things. Come on, follow me. If you lose me, let's meet back here. Okay. Oh. No joke. I actually don't know where he went. Is it down here? Oh. If you lose me, let's meet back here. Mate. Trying not to make it impossible to not lose you. I thought about that. I don't even know where I am. Don't even know where I am. There we go, we've painted our bins red. Is there anybody in here? I'm doing this so badly, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the hell's going on. Am I supposed to. Was I supposed to do that? Maybe? I thought I did that slightly later on. Okay, let's go. Oh, before we go, actually, I think. Do you know what? I'm going to look at Vitalits off stream because. I genuinely. I think it's got to make for some of the most boring viewing. Somebody umming and on where the Vitalits are. Having said that, I can't actually see the exit to this place, so that's equally as good viewing. Where the hell did I come in? Over here? I do not know. Is it the... Right, let's go and get some bubbles. Where did I come in? Did I come in up here? Did I... Down here? Maybe, yeah. Jeez, oh. It's so disorientating playing this game at times because you've got that 360 axis and you've got that connection lost to your keyboard. Let's go before those piranhas get us. Well, I've marked myself. Does that make me part of the Crimson? Because that was underneath his shrine. This guy. See if he's got anything to say. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to get this air power up because it's kind of annoying having to constantly go back and forward the air sources. Talk to me. See what he's got to say. You're Crimson. I rejoice, brother, that I am not alone and that the Crimson still exists. You're a absolute idiot. Because you just spoke to me and I wasn't Crimson. You mean you do not know the meaning of the Crimson? We are man's chosen ones. I will tell you of our purpose. Please enlighten me. Mere animals were we wild, innocent and free. Then man swam among us and purpose came to be. Man brought us order. You've told me this already. Yeah. Right. Oh right, so he's satisfied with that. So, because I painted myself crimson, he's like that. Big thumbs up. I'll come with you, no problem. Okay. I'm trying not to obliterate my brain here because I thought I did actually know this game pretty well. There's a pit of the fool around here. Right, and that other one's quite happy. What's going on here? It's telling me that I can go somewhere in that rock. Come on. No, you asked me that last time. You said that last time. Oh, you... Is he going to come past me? Yeah. Why did he do that? Totally jukes you out by flipping round. So then you turn around to look at him, and by that point he's turned back around to come through this hole. Oh, I need to go. Just in case you wonder why I didn't do this before, you have to do this with Pilot, otherwise you can't get past the current, so I don't know how. Anyway, he said something about a halt, stranger foe. This is actually the mum, so I don't know why I said he. Something blah blah blah. A challenge, you understand as well. If you can defeat me, I will tell you what I know. Absolutely. Get wrecked. And I'm just going to abuse the PlayStation 2's objective homing feature here. Well, this bit of tuna gets spun around. And it struggles to come and talk to me, because of course, why wouldn't it? Just take a sip of a drink. She's gave up. She's off the screen somewhere. I admit defeat Ecco. I will tell you what I know of the Labour harness. Legend tells us that when the harness is used again, the engine of salvation will reunite us with man at last. But the harness is within the Great Temple. To reach it, one member of each Dolphin sect must together sing the Hymn of Unity. Well, I'm waiting on someone else. What's down here? I've got two, so I need a third one. What is down here? Oh, what a long, pointless tunnel. And what's up here? A long, pointless tunnel. Love that. Anything else around here? Such sad music. I can't remember, but the choir in this song's actually saying something. Something going. Ancient times. Ancient powers, who knows? There's probably a Vitalite somewhere in here. See, my memory tells me that, but I genuinely don't know where the hell it is. I also don't know where the hell anybody's gone, because I've been left alone. Let's have a quick look at the map. Map's absolutely useless as a chocolate teapot. Because we are none the wiser. Let's go. Whoa. What's that? Way that we can't go. Okay. Screw us. Is that not the way that I came? But I can go this way. Where am I now? Back here? How the hell did I get back out? Hang on. Let me get some air. Oh, there's multiple different ways. Right, okay. Take me out. Oh, I think that's why I got confused. Okay. I mean, as you can see, this is incredibly easy to see and control. Up here. Here she is, just come out of her hole. Then lead me to the temple. If you can bring the crimson circle there, we shall sing the hymn of unity for you. Violence is not the answer. That boy needs therapy. Right, up here you come. Here we go. So they're going to absolutely obliterate that shell. Sang the hymn of unity apparently, and gave us access to the temple. That is another one of the differences between the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2 version, by the way. It's a slightly different song in the Dreamcast version. I think it's slightly better in the Dreamcast version actually. So, Big Mama's house is saying, Ecco, we were alone, now we are together. We are forever in your debt. I'll remember that line from you. You're going to say anything different? Nope. Let's go and chat to this wee guy. The circle salutes the crimson and the movers. As before, we three are as one. Unity, unity, unity. Hail Ecco. Jeez, oh. And then we've got to go in here. So apparently the harness is in here. I hear bubbles, but I can't see them. The bubbles up top. There is indeed. Of course, if we actually came and had a look in, we can see the harness in there anyway. A bit late for that now that I've got access, but I've got to do it for full effect. And here we are, we've got, so there's 3 dolphins, or 3 sets. Yeah, there's 4 dolphins holding this. I suppose that's just for symmetry, but I wouldn't have done it that way. And there's a harness. Let's see what happens. There we go. Harness equipped. Looks rather snazzy. A little bit of chrome. A little bit yellow. Let's see what these guys say to us. So we know that one of them had pointed out that once we got the harness we could now talk to machinery. So we're crimson. We're a circle with the harness maybe. You're saying absolutely nothing, okay. And does that just naturally make us a mover? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to go and check out where the vitalets are before we move on, and I'll catch you back here. Right, so I found the last vitalet. It was actually inside the tunnels. It was in that area, which I thought it was, but I couldn't remember where. We just had to take a left rather than go up the right hand side with the current where Pilot had taken us. I didn't realise that I'd collected all 4 already. Pilot is kicking around here somewhere. I just wanted to see if I could chat to him. See if he had anything new to say now that I've nabbed his mum. Whoa, she said that? No one ever gets her respect. All she does is nag me. I wouldn't hear the end of it now. Right, okay. Right, let's go to where we need to go. So apparently there's a big circle down here, which I failed to see, but there is. Wow. That's a lot of jellyfish. And we should be able to chat to it. Don't know what that is. I think that's supposed to be legs. And there we go. Look at that. So with the harness, we can open the machinery. And amazingly, it still works as well. Let's open this, which I think is kind of like a monorail. Yep. See what happens. Pilot's just decided he's going to come with us because he's rebellious like that. Someone nagged. So that was the first level. Now we're on to Master Forgotten Skills. Kind of sounds a bit like me at the moment, to be honest with you. Cutscene. It was Ecco and Pilot getting transported along the cable car. Presumably taking them to the place of worship, to the place of work, maybe? Don't know. But I would have to assume that it was mankind that built this, not the dolphins. They just enslaved the dolphins. And there we go. So that was the last level of the first chapter and the first level of the second chapter, Man's Nightmare. We've moved into Master Forgotten Skills, where we will, I'm sure, master forgotten skills. But for just now, that's that for the video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.